right. Hello, everyone. This is Shane Hoffman with the Presidential Primary Committee of the American Solidarity Party. I am here today with Dr. Larry Johnson of the Colorado American Solidarity Party, who is a candidate for President of the United States for our nomination. How are you doing this evening, Dr. Johnson?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Uh, Glad to see you here. What we'll do is we'll just launch right in here. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to find and join the American Solidarity Party.
Well, American born on the soil my entire life. So grew up in New York City and a family of five brothers and sisters. My mother was a single parent, and so it was a life of joy and happiness, but a lot of poverty. So grew up in a very intense kind of inner city environment. Um, Went to Howard Taft High School, graduated from there, and then went on to the State University of New York in Binghamton, which is kind of southern tier New York, and probably a Howard outside Scranton, just for those who might want some kind of reference. And got my bachelor's in history and my master's in secondary education. It's called the Masters of Art in Teaching, and also in U.S. history. And so from there, that's where I met my former spouse. And from there, we moved on to Colorado. And in Colorado is where I spent most of my adult life to this point, and graduated from the University of Colorado at Boulder, at the School of Law, and passed the bar. And over those years, raised two daughters, and pretty much involved in politics, teaching, Christian issues to church. Basically, that was my lifestyle. Um, Jumping real forward quickly here, went to Pennsylvania for about 5 years, in which I was working on some film projects for my film company. And it was there that I met somebody named Bethany Warren. And one day she saw me basically working as a poll worker during one of the elections. She knew I was a Christian and I was struggling with what party I wanted to stay in at the time, because I was a Democrat, but I didn't feel comfortable because of the life issue and other issues of that kind. And she said, why don't you check out the American Solidarity Party? And because I think they would fit very well with your Christian values. And I said, okay. So I respected her very much. And she was the primary source and ignition that got me into the American Solidarity Party.
Excellent. Now we'll go forward a little bit. I've worked with you a little bit, just a tiny bit, in your work in Colorado. Could you tell us a little bit about the involvement you've had with the party over the last few months or years?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been that much, obviously. It's only been, I would say, probably a year and a half, 2 years, if I can't be exact, that I have kind of been in the universe orbit of the party. In Colorado, it became more intense because I was in Pennsylvania, then once I returned to Colorado, I decided to connect up with people who were involved in ASP. I found a group, and through our interactions, realized that we needed to kickstart things because we had the 2024 elections coming up, and I'm a very energetic and active person in politics. So I just kind of like took the bull by the horns and said, hey guys, we need to organize. We need to get this committee started. We need to start doing some serious stuff. And yeah, and we got together with Grant and with Ian and a couple other people and just got the ball rolling. So we were able to establish officially the state committee, ran for one of the seats there, was voted on. And then the committee voted me as the state chair. And then, so here we are.
So, with all of your involvement, what was it that made you decide one day that you wanted to run for president of the United States?
Well, I will keep it short. I told you I would do a link in here and just say I've had the presidential bug for some time, but what made me do it this time is that the Russo-Ukrainian war. I just saw that we were going down the same path as usual, and that the old domino theory, arsenal of democracy reasoning was taking control. I didn't see anyone in our party or in the other parties dealing with this issue and facing what I believe the majority of Americans really long for, but are never inspired to latch onto, is this desire to stop it, to stop the continual military interventions. And I think most Americans, if they really were given a strong choice, would opt for neutrality. And so I decided, because I'm a big believer in peace, and I was looking for a tool that would give me that means by which I could argue to the American people that we needed to actually formally establish neutrality as our way of dealing with foreign affairs. And since I didn't see that, I felt like I was the only one who was going to be able to develop that platform and that vision, and that was made me declare.
Now, let's see. The next question, and this is the same way I've phrased it to all the others. What we see in the other debates is that people tend to try to promote themselves by putting the other candidates down. In the American Solidarity Party, what we definitely want to know is how you're going to push yourself up instead of others down. So, with all that in mind, what do you feel makes you best suited to represent the party on the national stage?
I think I'm best suited because and I don't know all the other candidates very well yet. So I have to be careful with how I phrase this, but I believe that I probably have the most actual campaign engagement individually than most of the people here, except, yeah, I'm being careful here because I don't know them all. So I have run for office before, though I haven't won. I've run as a Republican, and twice I won the caucuses here in Colorado. I didn't win the primary, but I did win the caucuses, getting both times over 50% of the vote. So I have a lot of experience speaking to the public. I've worked in campaigns before, long, long ago when I was much younger. I worked for the Jesse Jackson campaign during his presidential election. And so I have a lot of familiarity with actual campaigning and what it takes to speak to the public and get a message across and actually do well. So I think of the candidates that I've seen so far, I'm the only one who has that actual winning experience campaigning.
Okay. Now, for the final question, what would you like to say to members or to people following the party who aren't members yet, or perhaps even members who are lapsed at the moment? What would you like to say to them in time about joining the party in time to vote for you on May 24th?
I would say to them that if they truly want a national purpose, not a bunch of cats, everybody going in their own direction. If they truly want a national purpose that's for a new America, for actually changing America in an appropriate and good and honorable way, then they should get involved with this campaign. We have a clear and strong vision that is national in purpose, that will give everyone a direction from the smallest kid in nursery school to the most intelligent professor in a research lab in NASA. My platform is designed to give America a new purpose that is national and that everyone can agree on. So if they want that, this is the time to become a part of the American Solidarity Party and join the Johnson campaign.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Johnson. I look forward to working with you going forward through this process, and I'll definitely be talking to you a lot more in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very
Thank,
much, and looking
thank-
forward to the debates.
all right. God bless.
Thank you. God bless.